Yo, ho. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I know I'm muted Discord. I can see the red marker just fine, thank you. Not Discord. When I unmute the mic on the mic itself, but I'm still muted on the Discord. Discord will just go like, ah, you fucking mute it, just because, just in case you start rambling, and then no one laughs at your joke because you realize you're muted the whole time.
Oh.
Okie dokie, alright. I almost wanted to fucking say okie dokie artichoke. I was like, I don't fucking say that. Let's give the live stream another minute before I start going off on the Q&A proper. I'm wondering if Diego is going to be behind me the entire duration. I know why he's hanging out. He's hungry.
You gotta feed him, right?
He's on a feeding schedule, and he's going to adhere to that feeding schedule.
I'm surprised y'all don't have like an automatic feeder.
No, I do not like automatic feeders.
How come?
Because I got bad memories with the last automatic feeder that I had back when I still lived with my folks.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to take care of it when I could, but I was in class a lot, or I was at work. And one time it befell to me to refill it and clean it out, and there were roaches inside the goddamn thing.
Oh, so that was more a you problem.
That was not a me problem, because there were 6 people in that fucking house.
Yeah, we've had one for quite a few years now. And actually, Cinder had his first vet visit just the other day. First one in several years. Because the last time he went, it was because he was sick. And yeah, that was like maybe 4 years ago or so. And what do you call it? Whenever we took him this time around, they're like, yeah, he's still the same weight, still 9 pounds, whatever you're doing, it's working.
Yeah.
Which we had to keep his weight down. He's got a nub for his back left leg, I want to say it was.
Yeah.
Back right? Okay.
It's like the correction. You always get it wrong. It's on the right. Oh shit.
Yeah, the back right leg is a nub. So it's like a little peg leg essentially. And we got to keep the weight down on it.
All right. I think that's enough crafting for right now. Actually, I'm going to put this to the side. All right, you done enough. Actually, slow down, please. All right, let's get some lo-fi on here. Then we can begin the Q&A proper. Okay.
Has anyone seen Ireland? Actually just got out of seeing that a couple hours ago.
I have no interest in seeing it for myself, but I hear that it's okay. It is. But I believe this is this Markiplier's first film? Like,
yeah.
Okay, because I thought like he was.
And it's based off the game Iron Lung.
Yeah, I knew that much.
Himself.
I knew that much.
Yeah.
It's just. I thought, like, wasn't he also involved in like a web series or some other shit?
Yes, he was on an interactive web series.
Oh, because I figured, like, I know this is not technically his first rodeo, because like he had like, I mean, his face is always in the fucking webcam for one thing, but also like I knew like he was in some sort of web series that I think a couple of my friends watched. But I like Markiplier, but I don't.
This is real movie.
I don't really. I don't follow Markiplier on like every endeavor that he does.
Yeah. No, this is a real movie because it was in theaters.
Yeah. All right. Cam seems fine. Beard is bushy. And
which I will say, like, Jesus Christ, that theatrical release was.
I'm wondering how long he's going to be there, personally speaking. Yeah, he probably won't get up.
It's like, how many theaters? was it that it's showing at?
Didn't have a full release. I should probably rephrase that.
Chat, how many theaters did it hit? Wasn't it like 40,000 or some shit like that?
That's nationwide, right? Or is that international?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, international.
International, okay.
But here's the thing, though. It was only supposed to be a 57 theater release.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then people called into their movie theaters and shit
Yeah.
and asked for them to pick up the movie because that's just something you can do. And I guess enough people just kind of kept calling and asking that, like, not just the franchises took wind of it, but the corporate heads up top took wind of it too. And so all the different movie chains decided, hey, we need to pick up this movie.
Okay. Welcome to the conversation, guys. Like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get this Q&A properly started. Someone might be asking me about Iron Lung, so we'll probably go back to that at some point or another. All right, guys. But hey, it's been a while, but I'm bringing back the community Q&As. Basically, it's just that I take a couple of hours of your time and mine to answer questions you guys ask in the Community Corner channel in the Subshack Discord. The name of our community Discord is called the Subshack, for the record. If you're wondering what the fuck is he talking about when you mention this Subshack or whatever. That is the name of the community Discord. And on the channel, on that Discord server, there is a place called the Community Corner. That's where you leave your question singular. I do have to stress, one question at a time, please. And do not ask another question until I have answered your question on air. Because we don't want fucking riggy attention whore asking five questions in a row thinking he's in the center of the goddamn universe, and you're not. You're a ricky attention whore. So with that said, we're going to get started, and I believe the first one here is from Belgian Woomy World, trademark. Hey Johnny, do you consider yourself someone who likes to mess with others when playing friend slop games? Friend slop? I'm assuming this is what we just categorize as like peak or
peak,
Phasmophobia,
content warning, Phasmophobia, Lethal Company.
So no, I'm kind of the no fun stoic, I want to win sort of thing. If it's my first time playing the game, I'm very cautious of my environment and my surroundings, and more often than not, I get my laughs just from the shenanigans I get involved from just not knowing how the game works. You know, there was one immediate example I can think of. I think it was a game of Lethal Company. And it was myself, it was Elliot, it was Trav, and I think somebody else. And I got hit by a fucking bolt of lightning. I didn't ask for that to happen, but it happened anyway. And
Why are you holding metal?
Yeah, well, because I didn't know I was in Breath of the Wild. Sorry, but to me, that's how I get my jollies, is just when I love incidental shit. I don't like when, I can have a laugh when I'm being griefed, but I have a tolerance of being griefed because it's like at some point I am playing a game and I want to play the game. And I understand sometimes when it comes to games like that, it's more about the kind of shenanigans you or your friends inflict upon each other. That's the real meat and potatoes of your enjoyment. But I don't often, is friend slop a term, by the way? I don't even know why. I didn't know there was a term for that.
It's a new term over the last like 7 or 8 months.
Yeah. Okay. We're just putting slop on top of everything. No, the other thing is slop is
Pretty
AI.
much.
You put AI slop. AI slop I'll agree with. 'Cause that's slop.
No, they're trying to make slop sound positive. So now AI slop can also sound positive.
The only slop that's positive is Sloppy Joe. That's the only slop that's positive to me.
We don't call that sloppy joes. We call them sloppy toppies.
I'd personally go for sloppy jalopies, but that to me is a different sort of thing. But thank you.
Is this food slop?
Big ass fucking red letters in the thumbnail with a red circle around a regular ass Wendy's hamburger. All right. Emil is asking, so I know that when you're wanting to take a look at Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, you'd be wanting to tackle the original version first and foremost. But I was wondering if during the review, you can give a shout out to the newly released hack for the PlayStation 2 version of ETD called the Definitive Edition that seeks to be Project Liquid 6 to fix the game in a number of ways. Only it's a hack of the game instead of a full remake on Unity. So that's it. I don't know, because I'm going into Enter the Dragonfly as someone who's never played the fucking game ever in my life. The reason why I mentioned Project 06 is history there with Sonic, and I don't, not to be mean, I don't give a fuck about Spyro nearly as often as I do about Sonic the Hedgehog. That's just facts. I don't mind doing a passing mention, but I don't want to do a passing mention just without having any sort of experience myself. So I would like to experience that myself, because I don't want to do like an ad for something I did not play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it means, even if it is well-meaning and attempts to improve the game, I would like to at least experience it somewhere. But at the same time, there's got to be an interest in there too, though. I got to be honest. Like, if I'm not fucking with a franchise, I'm not going to work harder to try and give a fuck about the franchise. But I'm doing Enter the Dragonfly because, and I gotta be real. So the comment section in the Year of the Dragon. It was foreboding as shit, dude. Like, I was like, oh, you think this sucks now? I was like, oh Christ, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've heard stories. I've heard stories about Enter the Dragon's notorious release state, and I understand that I may be getting into something, but still, I like the fun of just going in and seeing it for myself. Like, I know it's probably gonna blow, but I want to see why. I hate like looking at videos of games I don't play because I want to play it for myself. You know, so we'll see what happens. It's like I'm going there expecting jank, but I'm not going to go in there hating it, because at the end of the day, I'm indifferent to the Purple Dragon. That's just the way I am. So I don't know. I think it's funny that I can tell that a soundtrack like Spyro to you is very unremarkable if you're not mentioning it in a review, not a combination for just something I noticed. Emil, I gotta be honest, you're coming off a little bitter.
It's okay.
Sometimes I can't. If I don't mention a specific thing or a specific thing, it's nothing against the game. It's unremarkable. It's just that it's not targeted. It's not. Maybe it's unremarkable. It's like, I can tell you that, like, off the top of my head, in Spyro 2. I like Ripto's boss battle theme, the one with like the opera guy in the background. I think that's really nice. Outside of that, and Year of the Dragon, I don't remember anything about that soundtrack at all. So it's like, yeah, I do find them unremarkable, but it's like, okay.
Oh man, there's a fucking fanfic, like on fanfic.net.
Yeah.
That me and the guys, we did like a epic reading of years ago. Just because it was something that I remembered. In that fanfic, it was called like Interdimensional Fire Cat, and it was like a self-insert like Blaze the Cat isekai fanfic. And the funniest part about it is that it just goes on a random tirade like halfway through about Spyro and him bitching about Skylanders. I'm like, man, time and fucking place.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm really fucking dense, guys. And I didn't notice it until Rick said it in the chat. My thing does just say Bubba on it.
You sucking on Bubba?
I'm sucking on Bubba right now. Want to hear it? Fuck, that went down my throat.
Spit up, not swallow, idiot.
No, I'm sorry. There you go. Don't look at me. Oh my god. Oh god. All right. Well, now that I've had a sip of Bubba, let's continue on with the Q&A. Nintega is there's a bit here in the I don't know what the auto-tune softly alternating cat clawing mean. I don't know what that means. This looks like a fetish. Simple questions this time. Favorite console / handheld home menu aesthetic, including music and built-in apps if applicable. Favorite console handheld music thing. 3DS. I would probably say 3DS, because 3DS allowed you to have custom music and custom themes. It was fun and it had personality. Did the eShop have music in the 3DS? It did, right? Yeah,
yes.
It
had music that would change every season.
Remember Fun? I remember Fun in my eShops, and I mean, you always got to give it to the classic like Nintendo Wii Shop theme. I love that song. I never get tired of that theme. But I think it peaked with 3DS. Personally speaking,
Adventures of Lolo 1 and 2.
So I'm gonna tip my cap that I'm not wearing to the 3DS eShop. Ian has asked, "What's up? What do you got?"
I mean, I'm just gonna have to say 3DS, just because I don't have. What other fucking handhelds are there really? Like
that are like, you mean like that are current at the time, you mean, or just like
that have like a good aesthetic or like music and all that shit.
I mean, you can argue Steam
There's
Deck,
not that many,
but you have to do that yourself.
Yeah.
But no, I want to agree, because like the Switch 2. First off, the Switch 2 is gargantuan. That shit is not a handheld. I think it's too fucking big to be a handheld. But again, its eShop is the same as the Switch 1, where it's cold and has no fucking soul. And no music either. It's like, come on, man. It's like, all you gotta do is add music. Add music, and that's literally all you gotta do. Personally speaking, I don't know. All right, but continuing on, Ian Bo is asking, what are some more egregious PF can't read moments you've had in 14? You were there for one of mine, but putting Gnar and UCOB PF description and off-tank killing us because he thought we were using European strats. Yep, that's a go-to example. To be more recent, not to spend too long on this, M11S. People don't understand what inner or outer markers are for waymarks, and it gets people killed. I personally think M11S is a perfectly fine fight, but fuck, I hate that fight in PF because people just do not know what strategies they're setting upon. Nobody talks to each other, and then people just get stuck on arena split. For every fucking party that you go into, it's always arena split. In Rage Party, arena split. Ecliptic Stampede Prog, arena split. Arena split, weapons. I did finally manage to get my MLMS clear earlier this week, but it was a goddamn fluke, and I'm hoping it's not that arduous for next week, but that's a struggle for another time. Panda Hermit is asking, hey, John, as someone that's usually unable to attend your review footage streams, have you ever considered recording and posting them somewhere, maybe as an extra Patreon reward or something like that? So the reason why I don't do that is because it's extra work on top of shit that I already got to do. I tested the waters for this with the Friday the 13th supercut that I recorded. So for SGB's Halloween Fest last year, one of my personal contributions was the Friday the 13th NES game, which I did a practice playthrough in the Subshack before I did the actual playthrough for SGB. That was post, but I was able to edit through a lot of shit. So I ended up recording that first playthrough and just chopped it up all into like the interesting bits from my personal perspective. And I ended up really liking doing that. And I would like to do that. I would like to continue doing that. It depends. I don't know about recording footage though, because depending on the game, we're talking 8, 10 hours of footage, like to sift through to make a supercut for a very long patron video. Again, and it's something I'd be more comfortable with if I had an editor on board that can do that for me, because I don't have the time to do that myself. But it's a matter of finding an editor that I can afford to pay. And I can't rely on
have AI do
it. slop. And I can't have Elliot do everything, because when he doesn't have his hands full with SGB stuff, which we're resuming next week, he's also doing projects for Trav and somebody else. Like I don't
editor slop.
I don't pry on what Elliot does outside of SGB commitments. But
little do we know he's an OnlyFans editor.
Yeah. Hey, whatever brings the bread home, that I hope I can have a piece of. I like bread.
There's cum on the bread. Yeah. No, it's just glaze.
No, that's just Cinnabon glaze. He cries as he puts it in his mouth. Well, I thought it was nice. Anyway, Joy Alma just wanted to shout out here. Please say no or sign a petition to stop deep sea mining. Hold on. Hold on. Let me read this, because I think it's kind of phrased a little weird. Just wanted to shout here. Please say no or sign a petition to stop deep sea. Please say no or sign a petition to stop deep sea mining. Deep sea mining? Is that exactly what it sounds like? Is that like drilling into like the bedrock of ocean floors?
Pretty much.
For what? Aquaman's oil? Like, what are we doing?
Oil, geothermal vents. There's a couple different reasons.
Trump's trying to open up waters to contractors and fuck up the Marianas Trench will fuck up the islands that we live in. I thought the Marianas Trench were already being fucked up. I mean, probably more fucked up.
Yeah, like global warming's fucking that up.
Yeah,
just a couple degrees of ocean water.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, but if people are actively trying to fuck that up, I mean, obviously, like, don't like. I'm against that kind of shit anyway. So you don't need to tell me to like say this is bad. I absolutely agree. So yeah, all right. So I mean, if there's if you want to post like a link somewhere, Alma, to get people to sign something, if it helps spread the word, you are more than welcome to in Twitch chat, because that's fucked up. We shouldn't let that shithead do anything to the fucking world he's already fucking up.
Yeah.
Back to the questions, John. Do you have any character song list playlist for Giorno Romani? I would like to listen to it sometime. I like adding a bunch of fitting ones and OC chips separately for Taji character art I didn't commission on our personal while back. Oh my god, you know how many times? Because one of my favorite things that I like to do right now, as I mentioned before, is I like to do lore bits with my characters. I legit take a bunch of screenshots and I frame them like they're cutscenes in the game. And I would like to show you guys them at some point or other when I'm a little more confident in sharing them. But the thing that's always in the back of my mind is like, what song would I be playing around this time, like for this scene? And most of it is, I try to keep it within 14's game soundtrack just to be appropriate. But there are other times where it's like, nah, I want to cheat and use another soundtrack from like another Final Fantasy, or maybe something from Sonic, or something from
Spyro.
So, no, not Spyro. Something maybe Shenanigans or something. Like if it's like sort of little vibes. Like I think like Spyro music. If like something just that was composed by Stuart Copeland, it will probably fit more Romani's vibe than Joan if I had to compare. But I can't really think of individual tracks right now. But I like On Windy Meadows from 14. Speaker Slumber is the theme I associate with Romani because that is the Alo Alo Island theme. I don't have a soundtrack for Zazas just yet though, but I barely talk about her, so that's a story for another day. That's something I'll probably go into later.
See when you edit your comments.
Say what? Oh, are you in the Q&A? It's like, yes. I see the edited.
You can see the edit in real time.
I saw the typo. I win. I do that to my friend all the damn time. It's like, all right. Continuing on, Saber and Silver. Greetings, Mr. Ortiz. Mr. Ortiz, what the fuck? Am I in the Matrix? I love your videos as always, and I can't wait to see what 2026 has in store. I got hit with Bell's palsy last week. I thought Bell's palsy was with an S. It basically makes one side of your face paralyzed, and I got to endure with it for about 3 to 4 weeks. I hope it goes away soon. Bell's palsy is something that like it is infrequent? I always thought it was something that you just have for the rest of your life. Yeah, because I think of Jim Ross, the WWE wrestling commentator. I should probably just generalize it that way. He has Bell's palsy, and that gives him I know like part of his face is numb and that sort of shit. It's unfortunate, but at the very least, there are ways to mitigate it and work around it. I can't remember.
Like,
what's up?
Cerebral palsy is the permanent one, and Bell's palsy is like the temporary one.
I do not know. I don't really have any personal experience with it. The question is, I can't remember if you said this before, but what is your favorite classic with a K Mortal Kombat sound effect? I personally love the they're over there. That's from Mortal Kombat 4. So my absolute favorite Mortal Kombat sound effect, call me a simpleton. I like the uppercut noise in Mortal Kombat 2. And I think Mortal Kombat 3 repurposed it as well because they realized they made perfection with Mortal Kombat 2. There was absolutely nothing to change about it. If we're talking about sound bites, probably Toasty, Dan Forden's Toasty. I do the voice, but I can't reach a falsetto quite like I could like Toasty. Like no, you see, I fucked it up because I was very forced on that one. But I like Toasty. Toasty is really fucking fun, and I just like whenever Mortal Kombat refers to it. Okay, no. So I think to sort of spin off on that one. Mortal Kombat 2 sound design is legit my favorite in the entire franchise because I just like how crisp and crunchy a lot of sound effects are without it like being overly modulated. Mortal Kombat 2 to this day still has my favorite fatality chime. I like the da-da-da, and then I like the sound that plays after the fatality. I like the fatality I like the fatality graphic, and I like the fatality drone that follows it. It's like, I like that. I feel no other Mortal Kombat has made the fatality jingle as visceral as MK2 did it. I don't like Mortal Kombat 3's because Mortal Kombat 3's I don't like the typography of Mortal Kombat 3's fatality sign. It looks too fucking 90s, if that makes any sense. And it doesn't have like that foreboding chime at the end of it. It's just silent. Like the text just appears, and the announcer says fatality. And I know that's it. Like, see, I don't mind that chime too much. Then it does that. But then when the announcer says fatality, there's no accompanying drone, which I think really sells it, which I feel it's absent. But Mortal Kombat 2 is my favorite one. I don't know if you have that one on standby. If you want to play that real quick.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, that right there. And then you have... That's when the victory screen shows, and here's the fatality drone. Oof, I love that.
Sounds like a fucking game show.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Well, you should have got the answer right, Luke. Now you're going into the pit. Dude, the drone in MK2 is so fucking good, dude. All right, but anyway, I've said forever on this one. You got my Mortal Kombat sign on in a kick. All right, so... JDude93 is asking, hey John, how's everything going? As for Mike, is that your question? Because I'm doing just fine. Anyway, moving on to the next person. As for my question, as I'm about to start my journey through Pokemon Generation 3 in honor of the franchise's 30th anniversary this year, I wanted to ask which version should I go through? Emerald or Omega Ruby? So you're asking if you want to go through the re-release on the GBA, or do you want to go with the full out fucking recreation on the 3DS? Diego is standing. Oh, that's really cool. I hope he's probably not going to go anywhere because he's hungry, and he's not eating now because he's on a diet. You big fuck. I love you, but you're not getting. I can't eat you. He loves that laptop though. Every time I have the laptop down here and I just pry up on the damn the TV dinner table, he just plops up on it and just lays down immediately. Like it's almost instant. There's nothing scares this cat, dude. So I would personally recommend. I can only recommend based off what I played, and I've only played in terms of Generation 3. I've only played Emerald, and I thought,
really,
yeah, I never played Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because I don't care about Hoenn. Remember when I played Emerald or Generation 3 for the review, that was legit the first time I ever played Hoenn fully, like from beginning to end, because Generation 3 was originally a generation I skipped outside of Fire Red and Leaf Green because I got burnt out. I played so much Gold and Silver that by the time Generation 3 was making the rounds, I was already getting into my Yu-Gi-Oh craze. And that was becoming my new fixation. So Gen
3 was like the first one that I owned, like with my own like birthday money or whatever and shit, and not like a school trade or something. So I mean, I had Sapphire, I had Emerald, also played Omega Ruby. Emerald though, if I'd go back to any version of Gen 3, it'd probably still be Emerald. Truthfully.
Yeah, I
probably Ruby's fine.
Yeah,
but it feels like needless padding in a way.
Okay, I'd probably just say play Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire in that case, just because that's probably the version has if I would assume has quality of life updates to make Hoenn less arduous to travel. Because honestly, like people meme on the damn water on Hoenn. It
wasn't that bad.
It's really not, because I feel the game is designed around it. Like, but at the same time,
there's only one way you can go.
The problem I have with Hoenn's emphasis on water, because it is a water-based region, is that I feel it gets a little monotonous. You know, there's nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, like there is nothing visually variable about the ocean.
Hey, guess what? Omega Ruby does that even worse because now there's Sky.
Yeah, but one's up and one's down. There's your variation. They'll be $60. $60? I thought it was a 3DS game. Anyway, going to move on here. Rick, the Pokemon Master. Would a possible Helldivers 2 community night be on the docket before the next video comes out, if not afterwards? So the problem with the Helldivers 2 community night is that I can only bring 3 other people with me.
So that means like, even if you did a rotation every single mission, that's still just a max of 9 people, and a typical rotation set would take like an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
So even if you tried to make it a long community night of 3 hours, that's still only 18 people.
Yeah.
So like a Helldivers 2 community night just really wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I would like to. It's just, but yeah, it's a matter. It's the logistics of it are not preferable because one, I need a head count to even see how many people would be interested in that sort of thing. But even if the head count was above 5 or 6, people are still waiting.
Exactly.
And
waiting 20 to 40 minutes depending on the mission type.
Yeah. But I just want something that people can just get into immediately, which is unfortunate because I really do like it. I do enjoy Helldivers 2. Like I'm gonna have some fun with that video, but I am approaching it from a dude who's never played a Helldivers 1 in his life, and how does he view it from the outside, looking in? I like Paul Verhoeven movies. That's about it. Santiago is I owe you a Simpsons quote because I forgot today's Q&A. Okay, that's fine. Happy New Year and happy Valentine's Mouth and happy Black History Month, the shortest month of the year. Go figure. Speaking of Simpsons, I'm curious, what can you recall an episode or moment of the show from the classic era that you personally didn't like, or the more bothered you the better? Classic era Simpsons that I never really liked, like growing up. It's
Diego's killing himself.
Is he gonna chase his tail? Because he will do that. He chases his tail. Yeah, my God. Not a single fucking brain cell in that head, dude. When he's on the coffee table upstairs, he has more leg room to move, and he will just chase his own goddamn tail like a dog, dude. Like, does he not realize that's part of him, or does he just not care?
Like, once you bite it and it hurts, wouldn't that be like, I should stop? That's
me. But to go back to the question though, it's like the classic era Simpsons that I personally don't like. I gotta think about that because, like, I can. My mind wants to go to season 1. But season 1 was obviously the show coming on its own, and it hasn't found its footing yet. And then it just kicks off with season 2. So I don't know, like it's hard for me to say off the top of my head because I love classic Simpsons, but I also don't make it a thing to watch classic Simpsons all the damn time. And then there's also the argument of when does classic Simpsons end? Me personally, I would say it ends probably around season 9. Season 10, but that is contentious. People would vastly disagree probably, but I have to go. So you owe me a Simpsons quote. I'm going to owe you an answer to that one because I legit do not know off the top of my head of a classic era Simpsons that I legit do not like. See, Skinner not being who he is episode, is that classic Simpsons? See, I don't think that's classic Simpsons. Are we talking about when Skinner is revealed to be what the fuck is his actual name? But like there was an actual Seymour Skinner that he replaced, and it was pretending to be him in his honor. That's season 9, right? Okay, because I do not like that episode. Armin Tanzarian or something. I think that sounds right. I don't like the twist of that episode. I think the episode outside of that is fine. You know, because I like it gives me one of my fucking personal bits where like Seymour is on the fucking bike. He drives past Bart and Milhouse. Is like, Principal Skinner is like, up yours, children, as he's driving down the road. I think that's from the same episode. So I don't actively hate that episode, but I do dislike the twist. But I think we'll have to come back to that. King Arthur 13 is asking, howdy, John. What's your favorite Mel Brooks movie? Just watched High Anxiety last night. It was pretty great. High Anxiety? I don't think I've ever watched that. Well, I haven't heard of it anyway. Hey, Game Overlord V, thank you for the tier 1. Much appreciated. Thank you for the the gift. Was it the gift sub? Yeah, the gift sub. And I appreciate you popping by if you can't stay for much longer. Have a good night. Take care of yourself. Favorite Mel Brooks. It's a take on the Alfred Hitchcock movie. Okay, so favorite Mel Brooks movie. It is a toss up. I can't pick just one. So to me personally, it's a toss up between Spaceballs, Robin Hood Men in Tights. God, Blazing Saddles. Like,
I'm just gonna say Robin Hood Men in Tights because that's the only one I've actually watched.
So you never watched Spaceballs, really?
Nope, I've seen clips.
You've seen clips, okay.
Actually, sat down and watched it.
Did we do a Spaceballs movie night at some point?
I was most likely working or something.
I don't remember, because I know. Did we not? Okay, did we do a Blazing Saddles? I don't think we did a Blazing Saddles. No. So we did A New Hope. So we watched Star Wars, but we didn't watch Spaceballs. So I don't know. Like, community night for comedy movies is always subjective. It's like you either find the joke funny or don't. But I don't know. Like, Spaceballs to me is a perennial classic. But yeah, off the top of my head, it is a toss-up between Spaceballs, Robin Hood Men in Tights, and Blazing Saddles. I love Blazing Saddles so much, but it's also like, you got to remember this movie was made in the 70s. And I still think a lot of jokes land, but they would never make this movie today. I get it, but it's still funny. Young Frankenstein is also a great watch, but I rank it below the three that I mentioned. But that's more because I did not watch it as much as I have the other movies that I listed. So that is not really against the quality of Young Frankenstein's writing. That's just more of my personal preference. But yeah, I would say of those three. Where did he go? Did he go behind my TV? He loves going behind this TV, and he likes going behind the TV upstairs in the living room. He just, like, there's nothing there. Like, he's just like, he's not going to find anything there. He's going to come out of there.
I would absolutely murder Cinder if he did that.
There's nothing behind there. Like, there's no HDMI
there's cables.
There's just one cable. That's just the thing that plugged the TV cord. That's it. There's no HDMI shit. There's like, look, he's already out. He's already out.
On, power cables?
No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't chew power cables.
He doesn't yet.
No, I've had him for several years. And if Celine doesn't chew on cables, I don't think. Oh, then again, Celine's not Orange Cat.
My dipshit cat would actually chew on cables.
Okay, moving on. What was it? Mega Master 1021. What SGB moment sticks in your head from time to time, regardless if it makes you laugh? Okay, so this is actually going to go back to Mortal Kombat because I've made it known time and time again that the Mortal Kombat Let's Plays are some of my favorites on the channel. I just love them to death. I think they're just a fun time. Everyone has some semblance of familiarity with the franchise, and I think those are us at our best. Obviously, like, if we're talking about just from beginning to end, like, quality Let's Plays, I'm always going to recommend L.A. Noire, the revisit, and the Heavy Rain revisit too. I really liked how that came out. But Mortal Kombat, one moment that always lives free in my head is actually Mortal Kombat 1, the remake or the reboot. I don't remember the full context of it, but someone did an X-ray attack on somebody. I think it was Sindel, and the X-ray attack or the fatal blow requires you like stretching the legs, and it fucking like separates your thigh bones from like your pelvis. And then Uncle nonchalant is like, he did to her pelvis what I would let her do to mine. And like the hesitancy on his voice when he realizes what he's saying out loud is like, wow, that was unsubtle as fuck. But it made me laugh my ass off because it was a very fucking unhinged moment that my uncle said. And I love it to death. In that same Let's Play, because again, there was just a lot of great moments in that Let's Play. We're watching several cutscenes in a row. Because Mortal Kombat 1 story mode is very cutscene heavy. And then Elliot, in an almost whisper, you could just hear him say, I miss fighting. And I was like, everyone, my uncle, myself, Matt, we just lose it right then and there. I was like, yeah, man, these cutscenes are fucking long. Did he just go upstairs?
Yeah, he went upstairs.
He'll be back when he realizes, fuck, he didn't follow me. Those moments live rent free in my head. The people in the comments are already, well, in the chat is already going off of other SGB moments outside of commenting on Diego's whereabouts. He'll be back. I know he will be, because either
fucking meteors and Sonic 06 still lives rent free in my head.
When Sonic Superstars, when there's it's at the end of one of the parts, but I think it's like when we get to Cyber Station Zone, I think it was, and my uncle just like, no, there's more. Also, if you, assuming you don't mind if you don't mind like loud noise and shit like that, because I know Elliot screaming can kind of rub people the wrong way and that sort of shit, but I don't care because he's my brother and I love him. But the Mario Kart 8 booster course stuff that we did, Elliot has the miserable fucking luck during those recording sessions, and my man is just suffering the entire time. Those are my personal picks. Okay. So moving on, General Godzilla is asking, hey John, do you know animation is hard? Pray for animators in the industry. I'm always, absolutely. My actual question is, how do you plan your animation process so you keep focus and don't burn out? On the occasion where I do animate, you mean, like, you could be honest. So when I was brushing up the tablet for the little animation that I made for the Portrait of Ruin video, more than anything that I found myself struggling to settle down with was my ergonomics, my environment, because I do almost everything on this fucking computer right here. You know, this is my recording computer. This is where I write scripts. This is where, oh, my baby, you gotta go sit in the laptop too? I make it a thing to try and separate some computer work from in different rooms, just because I get cabin fever, like bad. And when I get cabin fever, I become fucking docile and I don't like moving, and then I get depressed. And then my beard grows out like this, and I was like, he's not taking care of his face. But more than anything, it's just, as long as I have a comfortable chair to sit on, and I'm keeping mind of my posture, because it's easy to shrimp when you're animating. And honestly, the big thing for me, do I have a drink? Like, do I have coffee? Do I have some sort of warm beverage specifically? I love warm beverages while I'm animating, because warm beverages soothe my soul. And when my soul is soothed, I'm more dedicated to whatever it is I'm focusing on the tablet. But a big part is also the ergonomics of the workstation. You got to be comfortable. You got to be free flowing. You got to be able to feel like you can move your limbs anywhere. You can stretch your legs. You can stretch your arms. If you're cramped, like you're fucking like animating in a utility closet, and you're aware of that, I feel that impedes your progress. So I would say make sure that you got enough room to move around your station, and make sure you have a comfortable enough like snack or beverage next to you. That's real simple shit, but sometimes maybe the obvious stuff needs to be said.
Some people just want to have it feel like it's slave labor, and they're just shrimping along in a highly heated closet.
But it's cold outside. So I would say work on that if you can. assuming you're animating on like a rig or if you're animating on a laptop, whatever gives you the most space. And if not, I would try and work with it when you can, because nothing is worse than trying to work on something you're fucking squeezed in, because I can't focus like that. Call me privileged or some other shit, but it's like I gotta be able to move. But hopefully that gave you some semblance of an answer, DJ. I kind of did ramble there for a bit. Trashman is asking, "Hi John, what are your favorite pool / gifts / etc. from MagFests?" All right, so I ended up not doing a whole bunch of shopping from this past MagFest because I was mainly going there just to see a few friends that I haven't seen in a long time. So it was mostly friend con and dipping in and out on the vendors for like some Artist Alley stuff. But I did buy a couple of prints, which I probably won't hang up because let's be real. Sometimes buying an art print is not so much with the intent of hanging it up. It's just to support the artist that made the art in the first place. And to me, that's enough. Am I ever going to hang up that Sonic on Zombie Island print that Danny gave me? Maybe one day. But the point is that I supported them by giving them money for their endeavors. They'll be back. They're really active today. I know they're hungry, but it's also like you can't eat right now. You gotta wait a bit.
No, you gotta weigh less.
Yeah. Fuck you. In terms of like physical stuff, though, outside of like art prints, the only thing I invested, and I say invested because it was a bit of a chunk of change. I got a PlayStation Vita because I wanted a Vita for the longest time. It's a jailbreak, of course, but I also just always liked the Vita's design. I just never got it like when it was current because I hated the memory stick. It was also there was just nothing on it. Like in terms of just like first party, third party stuff that like pinged my interest on the Vita, I just didn't. I just had no interest in getting it. But nowadays, like if we're talking about nowadays in an age where, you know, whatever handheld is available, you have the Switch 2, you have the Steam Deck, and don't get me wrong, they are beautiful devices and they can work wonders, especially the Steam Deck if you know what to do with it. But goddamn, they're gargantuan. Like those are the things that I don't like about the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck, is that they're fucking large. You know, I still have my 3DS on standby and I got the PlayStation Vita because you want to know why? Because the screens are not only still pristine and beautiful, I could fit them in the fucking palm of my hands without feeling like I'm about to eat a goddamn quesadilla. And I welcome just that compact design that I can easily just carry without being exhausted at the idea.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that said, the 3DS is very easy to hack.
Yeah, I mean, so is the Vita, from what I understand. The Vita is also very easy to hack.
I think it's hosted. The hacking guide is hosted on the same fucking website as the 3DS hacking guide.
We know why you're here. Yeah, JB, thank you for the tier 1. Much appreciated. Just want to make sure that I'm not missing up on any subscriptions.
Evie's next.
Okay. All right. Evie is asking, "Hey John, I wish you as well as Nora and both BSC and SG fellows and the cats a healthy and a good year. Thank you. I've been very busy lately, with not a real sign of slowing down, but I always use your content to relax. So thank you so much, as always. As for my question, if you were given the opportunity to animate an episode of any cartoon / anime of your choice, which would you choose? It could be a show you think your anime style would fit best, or just one you always loved watching. So you're talking about if I was in charge of animating a cartoon or anime of my choice that I am personally a fan, I'm going to say Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z. Finally got to the end of the alphabet. I'm so proud of him. I say Dragon Ball because, again, Akira Toriyama was a really big inspiration for me as an artist. And before I started animating, before I fell into the realm of animation, I drew a lot of comic books, a lot of fan art, like comic books, a lot of self-insert characters, very inspired by the two major inspirations of my comic books growing up was both Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon, believe it or not, because I was watching both around the late 90s when they were running side by side. I think it was Kids WB before they made the jump to Toonami on Cartoon Network. And so if I had to be in charge of animating something from something I grew up, I'll easily say Dragon Ball, because my personal art style is very much inspired by Akira Toriyama. I like to be a little more whimsical with my designs. I like to have a little more expression. I mean, Toriyama has plenty of expression in the eyes. So I'm not going to say he's limited, but if I had to go with one, I go Dragon Ball, because I feel like I'm comfortable drawing Toriyama-esque characters already. So I would like to think there's not much adjusting that I would need to do, but that's easy to say that and actually start doing the fucking thing. So hopefully that answers your question, Evie. Thank you very much for your support. Emil's asking, is there any games coming out this year that you're looking forward to? Resident Evil 9, that's the big one. That is coming out in a couple of weeks, I believe. That's due.
I don't even know what games are coming out.
That's due this February, I believe, right? So yeah, Resident Evil 9 is probably my big one for the first part of the year. That said, I don't know outside of...
What was that?
That's Diego. And what is he meowing
Feed
about?
me, motherfucker!
Yeah, no, that's what it is, isn't it? Hold on, now I gotta eat a cat dad, and I gotta go see if he's okay.
Am I still stuck in snow? We didn't really get snow. We got ice, but no snow really. We're back above freezing a little bit again, but who knows how long that'll last. What's funny is that when we were going to the movie theater, it's like a big old outdoor like strip mall and shit. And there's this big ass fountain whenever you're walking up to the movie theater, and the movie theater was like fucking half, the fountain was half frozen. It looks so weird because half of it's frozen, half of it's flowing. And when we hopped out the theater, it was still frozen, and despite that being frozen still and the temperature being like 28 degrees outside, the car was peaking at like 90 degrees. Because the sun just bakes our car alive, unfortunately. Any games I'm excited for? Not particularly. I was mentioning it before he left, but there's just not many games that I even know are coming out. Like,
I'm back.
I just haven't been paying attention to games all that much as of late.
There's nothing happening. It's just meowing because his bowl's empty. It's like, you're not eating now. I refilled the water bowl, like not the water bowl, but like we have a water fountain. Because fun fact, cats like moving water than they do still water. So if you can,
I thought you were a gamer. Look at Puppet. I also work a full-time job.
You could just let full. You didn't have to say full time. It's I have a job. No, so okay. So off the top of my head, go back to the question of the things I'm looking forward to this year. RE9, Onimusha, the new Onimusha game is also due for this year. I don't know when that's coming out though, because I feel I haven't heard about it. But also because I'm not on Twitter anymore. That's probably a big reason why I haven't been keeping up with it. But out of those two games,
Deltarune, yeah,
I mean, Deltarune Chapter 5 is due this year. Yeah, but we don't have a date on that.
We don't have a date, but like that's probably the only thing I'd be looking forward to this year. I don't know, like even with the Game Awards and everything they showed off, that was just what, like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah,
I do not recall anything that was shown off there except for like High Guard. And that's not for good reasons.
That's a nice trifecta though of games. I think that's enough. Like we have RE9. Sorry, I have some chocolate in my mouth. We have RE9, Onimusha 2026 for me personally, and Deltarune Chapter 5. I'm hoping Chapter 5 is great. Then again, I'd save it something to will be, because I have absolutely been enjoying the roller coaster that is Deltarune. So
yeah, I'm looking over the fucking releases for the year that have been confirmed so far, and nothing is really gripping me here.
They just confirmed the new Puyo Puyo game exists this morning, but no footage yet. Don't think John will be excited for it. What the fuck out of here? You're talking to the number one Puyo Puyo fan right here. That's, yep, I don't want to brag. But when you put Puyo Puyo in front of me, I can definitely say without a shadow of a doubt, that's Puyo Puyo. Give me money. But anyway, moving on. Nintendo 2000. Shoot the baby immediately? That's not soon enough. Okay. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's in reference to, but therapy exists. As you can tell, murder drones have consumed me. So with that in mind, favorite web animated series: Murder Drones, Digital Circus, Pretty Please, I Don't Want to Be a Madara Girl. I haven't seen the second episode of Pretty Please, I Don't Want to Be a Madara Girl yet.
Neither have I. I need to watch that. Yeah, I fell asleep yesterday before I had the chance to watch it.
I do need to watch that because I did deeply enjoy the first episode though. Favorite web animated series though, I hate to be the old guy, Homestar Runner. Not so much Homestar Runner, but Strong Bad. Because I was introduced to Homestar Runner via Strong Bad first, but then realizing, it's a whole fucking web series of different characters. But I like Strong Bad. I don't keep up to date with Strong Bad nearly as often as I do now. Well, they disappeared for a while, if I recall. I've only recently started making new skits. But during college, like in the mid-aughts, that was essentially my bread and butter, along with my roommate Jacob. He's the one who introduced me to that. And I just like it's fun, absurdist humor that is not, if overly edgy or raunchy comedy is not really your cup of tea, I think you can find Homestar Runner branch of comedy to be relatively safe. But it's also very fun in its delivery and just it's surreal absurdist humor, which I really like.
I guess for me, I mean, Digital Circus, as far as like an actual like fully committed, no nonsense, actually this is an animated series kind of thing. It used to be Tome, if anyone remembers that, but it stopped being Tome as my favorite because of Herpifer. But in terms of like web animated series, that could be shit posts as well. It would be Conjun House for sure.
Okay. All right. SGM is asking, hey John, has there ever been an anime you've been wanting to watch? The one off the top of my head is what's the one with that elf girl?
Frieren.
Is that Frieren? How do you pronounce that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I've been wanting to watch that because I've been hearing nothing but great things. And Nora and I are needing to start a new series now. Now that we've finished we didn't just finish. We finished it a month ago. We watched Common Side Effects on HBO, and I'm really liking that show. Do recommend. But in terms of anime, no, we've been meaning to get back into the swing of things now that MagFest is over, and now that the job schedule is becoming a little more stabilized. So yeah, season 2 at the time is running now, so I think now is a good time to probably just jump in. I do want to watch it because I see that show in bits all over the place, but I know nothing about it, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I miss Dungeon Meshi though. I'm being real. Like I love Delicious in Dungeon. That's the dub name, but I think Dungeon Meshi just rolls off the tongue better. But that I fucking love Dungeon Meshi season 1 so much, and I know like you just read the manga. It's all there in the manga. It's like yeah, but I like the animated too.
Yeah.
All right. Chaos Alex 1997 is asking, what do you think is one of the most unsettling things to happen in fiction? To me, one of them is something that's bigger than the protagonist, whether it's a large humanoid being, an animal, or kaiju, and what have you, can move extremely fast despite their massive size, because it can be rather alarming to see something that seemed lumbering and slow, only for it to suddenly be darting towards you like this video, especially if I want to be like, oh, guys, a video example. I hope it's not loud. I don't know what this is.
What is this? Well, this is by the same guy who did Samurai Jack.
Oh, okay. So something that looks like something that seems like one thing, but it's in actuality something much more terrifying. To me, the most unsettling thing that I personally think of in fiction, I can't, we're talking about tropes here, and I can't just think of one against the others in terms of like something that just bothers me. But when it comes to, all right, so personally speaking, if we're to keep it simple, if we're talking about something that's happening in like, let's use anime as an example. Let's use Dragon Ball. Whenever there is a cataclysmic battle happening and it's in a very populated area, to me, the thing that I find unsettling is the deaths that we're not seeing. You know, when people are caught up in explosions, obviously, like, it's a tragedy when a character we like gets pierced through the heart or blown up. But there are also a number of times in Dragon Ball where people are just actually, here's a good example. Here's an actually perfect example. Majin Buu Saga. When Majin Vegeta enters the ring, and to show that he's absolutely fucking serious about wanting to challenge Kakarot, he's going to do anything to provoke him, he fucking aims his hands towards the audience, fires a blast, and just wipes out one entire side of the arena.
Anyway, he's still a good guy.
He's still a good guy. But while it's supposed to show that, oh, he's like, this is serious, he needs to be stopped, there's a part of me that low-key can't help, even like it's all fictional characters and shit like that, right? But a part of me can't help but feel it's like those people had families. Like a lot of people just died, and any surviving members probably are going to mourn that person for the rest of their life. I mean, obviously Dragon Balls are a thing. And then people are going to be revived anyway, so I know death really doesn't have any consequence in Dragon Ball. But it's still, it's you tell me if it doesn't send a tingle down your spine when you think for a second about the people that were just affected by that shit that he just did. Invincible is also that done well, like used effectively as a narrative device used to embolden or inspire the good guys to continue doing what they're doing, because you've seen firsthand the kind of destruction that happens when shit gets out of control. Like the Omni-Man stuff with him and Mark, like towards the end of the season, is straight up horrifying, because you do see firsthand the people that are affected by that, and it's like that is exactly what it looks like when it is given all the attention. And it's like that is what unsettles me personally. I want just big wanton destruction that you actually see the consequences of that. The Panda Herman is asking, David Lynch's Dune or Dune's Part 1 or Part 2. I've not watched either. So
I've still not watched Part 2.
Yeah, I cannot recommend you on those at all because I have never watched Dune. I just know of Dune, but I have never experienced a Dune for myself. So unfortunately, I cannot.
First chat, he doesn't like spice. Not a big spice guy.
I like Spice Girls. Cinder Incorporated, I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce that name. Hey John, always love the advice about how people want to pick up art. So just simply start drawing and go from there. However, as someone who only feels comfortable following guides with any new thing I learn, I find that advice somewhat counter to the way my autism tends to function. So my question to you is this. How can one go about finding proper guides to learn the basics and then eventually more advanced techniques once you get the groove going, especially in the age of AI where legitimate learning tools are stripped by digital muck? So what I think you need to bank on more than anything is not so much. So I get like the need or want for having instructions. Instructions or structure to get a vibe going, get a flow going. I don't even think that's necessarily really that's not even so much an autism thing because I also have that too. Maybe it's just where I learned that I have autism. But I feel that's something that a lot of people tend to just struggle with completely. But another thing that I also think you need to remember or bank on, if I'm reading this correctly, hopefully I can give this advice correctly, is that you learn by repetition. It's not so much a guide about how to do this or that. Like you're not, me personally speaking, and maybe some other artists in the chat can agree or disagree. You don't get better by following the beginner's course and then moving on to the intermediate course. Like there's no instruction manual on beginner's course for art and then an intermediate course for art and then advanced course for art, where by the end of it, you're thinking you're going to draw so like the Sistine Chapel or some of the shit. No. You're always going to get tidbits, advice on how to handle different compositions and shit like that. But the ultimate teacher of how you get better is you keep doing it. Because eventually, whether or not you realize it, there are going to be things you're going to become comfortable with doing. There's going to be techniques. There's going to be methods that you're going to find more comfortable doing because you keep working at it. And the repetition is the mother of learning is what I hear. And I cannot agree more. You only get better if you keep doing it. It's not a matter of following instructions. You just got to keep doing it. And it's tedious, but that's art. That is art. It is the process of learning how to better yourself and not, it's not a recipe. It's not, you're not cooking something in a cookbook. You're creating art. And I feel the best teacher is just the repetition of it. Hopefully that was some semblance of an answer I was able to get for you. Daimo Hope the Elder is asking, hey John, thanks for the video. Quick question, favorite version of Chrono Trigger? Super Nintendo, PlayStation, DS, mobile, Steam. So I'm going to immediately axe the PlayStation 1 and mobile/Steam version. No, I've heard the Steam version got updated at the very least. So it's not
as Steam version is getting updated too, by the way, soon.
Wait, which one was that?
Final Fantasy VII's Steam version.
Yeah, I saw that. And your old save files.
It's free.
Yeah. It's free if you already have the Steam version. But
yeah, and it's like $8 right now. So guys.
Yeah. But at that point, you will not be the original. Was it 2013?
Yeah, it's like 2013.
The Steam version is going to be delisted. You're not going to be able to get it anymore unless you already own it. And I'm curious about that is because to me, it's the save files being incompatible. So it's technically, they're doing something behind the engine. I don't know what they're doing with it. But why are they doing that though? Yeah. Is why I'm curious about 7, that.
It's the cash cow. So.
Yeah. We're going to take away this thing and we're going to charge you like $10 more for it. But my favorite version of Chrono Trigger is the Super Nintendo version. It's because Chrono Trigger is something I like playing on a console, personally speaking, but I can't deal with the PlayStation 1 load times. The PlayStation 1 has the added anime FMVs, which are really great, but not enough to circumvent the times you're going to be dealing with the obnoxious loading screens, and everything just is slower altogether. The sound is also a little weaker too. And I don't care enough for the DS inclusions. Like, because the DS has an extra encounters. It also has a new optional boss. I think the Dream Devourer, I think was the name of the dude. And to me, those are fine. But to me, if you just want a classic Chrono Trigger experience, I'm still going to recommend the original Super Nintendo. Like, Chrono Trigger is great, dude. I do want to play that again, like for a video at some point. And it wouldn't take long either, because Chrono Trigger is not a very long game. Oh, I'm going to have my last piece of chocolate before it starts melting.
I remember that. Okay, I can have small amounts and then go into a coma immediately after.
For my next trick, I'm going to disappear. And he puts a chocolate bar in his mouth.
Dies.
Oh.
Wow, Chrono Trigger on Steam right now is $7.50.
Get it? Assuming it's okay. Like, I don't know. Like, has the Steam version been fixed for Chrono Trigger? That's more of a question for chat, if anyone knows.
It says it came out in 2018.
Yeah, I heard it's been fixed because yeah, I believe originally it was just a straight port of the mobile version, which was ugly. God, they did that with Final Fantasy as well. Mm-hmm. Final Fantasy 5 and 6 were originally just ports of their mobile versions, and they were God. Someone who played the Steam version for my first Chrono Trigger experience this year, yeah, it works. Okay, that's good. At the very least, it's better than it was originally, and that's all you can really say. So yeah, you can probably just play it on Steam then. Okay, moving on. Hunter.j is asking, hey John, is there a movie or a game you want to recommend, but it could trigger people? For instance, I would love to recommend the movie Hardcore Henry, but it's a nightmare for people who suffer from motion sickness. I'd never heard of Hardcore Henry. Is that what makes it hardcore? The motion sickness? Is he on a boat? Like the entire time?
No, that's Iron Lung.
So it's not so much trigger people, because when I think of triggering someone, I'm thinking of like someone like triggering like some matter of post-traumatic stress, right? I'm more of a
shock value, I guess.
Not so much. Maybe to me, I personally want to lean on this movie. Has a lot of artistic integrity. It's an art house film, like art house films. Like, I want to recommend you this, but you have to understand it's going for this. And if you don't jive with that, I wouldn't recommend it in the first place. There was a horror movie that Elliot was showing me last year. I wonder if it was last year or the year before, where it was a slasher movie in the viewpoint of the slasher. And I want you to imagine a Halloween or a Friday the 13th movie, but you never leave the perspective of Michael Myers or Jason. What are these guys doing when they're not killing somebody? And the answer is they're standing around a whole bunch waiting for the next target to move. It is a look through the eyes of a slasher villain right out of a Halloween and Friday the 13th movie. And I think it's fascinating in that one, but fuck, it is quiet and it is a slow burn. Like, there is a plot to it, but it is a very slow burn, and I appreciate it for trying to do something different. But it's kind of hard to recommend because, again, your attention span may not vibe with the slower pace. I think Santiago saying in a violent nature, that sounds right. Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, that looks like it's right. Yeah, I think this is the. Yeah, it is a mute killer who was accidentally resurrected from his grave in Ontario. Yeah, that is the movie I was thinking about. Great watch. Yeah, I think it's pretty unique in its viewpoint. Maybe it's probably not the first movie that did it, but I did enjoy myself. But it's also, again, hard recommend because it's like it's quiet, it's slow. All right, let me see. Moving on here. Son Gohan is asking, "Hey John, what upcoming movie or game are you most excited for?" Well, we got Resident Evil 9. We got Onimusha 2026. We got Deltarune Chapter 5. Those are my personal 3 recommendations. And assuming Final Fantasy 14 patch 8.0 is due for this year, I personally think it's going to be very late this year. Like I'm talking winter. But if that's due for this year, I'm going to say that because I'm, big 14 fan. I'm always looking forward to the next journey. In terms of movie, though, now that's harder for me because I don't really keep up with movies that much anymore. Outside of stuff that I may or humor or not, just from the personal excitement. But I don't like. There's the Mario Galaxy movie, right? That's coming out, but.
Can you live without seeing it?
A part of me is wondering, am I seeing it because I'm genuinely excited for it? Am I seeing it because it's part of my job and people are expecting me to see it and make a video on it, There is some personal curiosity for it, but I'm not fiending to watch that movie. It looks very cute, very whimsical. It looks like a Mario movie. And that is going to be enough. But I won't lie and say that I'm excited for it because I'm not really. I'm going to see it because, it's a safe bet it's going to be a fine movie. I'm hoping it's great, but at the very least, I think it'll just be fine. All right. Wake the Jake is asking, have you ever attempted to do console mods? Yeah. Fuck. I mean, this technically, I think it personally counts. But on the
hardware or software though?
Hardware. I've done both, because So without being, if we're gonna be super technical here, the first console mod that I ever did. Do I have it here? Actually, I don't think. No, my Model 2 is upstairs. No, my Model 1 is upstairs. Hold on, let me see. I got this long ass cord. Is it here? Yeah, actually this will work. Come on, cord, you can reach. Yeah.
Yanks his entire fucking PC.
It's just the whole thing just topples forward. That's impressive, but also, John, that thing was a ticking time bomb. So my first console mod that I ever did, technically speaking, was on my Model 1 Super Nintendo. This is a Model 2, because this one still works. Fun fact. But my Model 1 Super Nintendo, which I still have, it's upstairs, this color and everything. On Western Super Nintendos, in the cartridge slot, you can't really see them here, but you can barely make out these plastic tabs on the top, on the northern side of the console. That's to prevent you from putting in Super Famicom games. That's why Western Super Nintendo cartridges are shaped the way they do. That's why they got those divots on the cartridges, is so that they can go overlap those tabs they put inside of the cartridge slot there. But those, at the end of the day, are just plastic molds. You can take those out. And if you take those out, you can play Super Famicom games on your Western Super Nintendo. So,
that's silly.
So, knowing this, when I learned that, when I took my Model 1 Super Nintendo, I unscrewed the tops and I took a pair of tweezers and I fucking hard removed those tabs. It was kind of arduous. I probably just could have soldered it to make it easier. But I was inexperienced with soldering and I didn't want to burn anything. So I brute forced that shit and I removed those plastic tabs. And lo and behold, I popped in my Japanese copy of Final Fantasy VI and it played just fine. And then I beat it in a couple of days because I love that game. That was technically, I count that as a console mod because I am modifying something to do something it's not supposed to do.
No, that technically counts.
Yeah.
That's like, it's a hardware mod to get around region specific circumventions.
Yes. Besides that, my first console mod that I ever did was on the Wii, because that was I did the Twilight Princess hack.
Letter bomb for me.
Was it was that Smash Brothers?
No, it was the like the bulletin.
In the Wii menu,
like a letter to okay. Yeah, it adds a letter to the bulletin.
Yeah, so the first
you open that and it like breaks it.
Yeah, the first time I did it was with the Twilight Princess Epona bomb, whatever the fuck it's called. The next was Smash Brothers, but that was to install Project M. And I don't know if I ever did Letter Bomb. No, because I think
about that with Smash as well. Because I modded a friend's Wii.
Okay, yeah. Oh wait, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Did I help someone mod their Wii? Is what I'm thinking about.
But like Letter Bomb is the easiest way to do it now. You literally just pop in an SD card and then you go to the bulletin and that's it. And the Wii message board.
But yeah, modding consoles, modding handhelds is something that I'm pretty familiar with. As in, I have done so more often than not. I'm asking, I'm looking up videos on YouTube to see how for hacking 3DS, or I got I talked about getting the Vita a couple of questions ago, and I got that for the explicit purpose of not just having the console, the handheld, but I'm also gonna break it, and because that's what I like to do,
Yeah.
All right. Santiago is asking, "Are you ready for round?" And the space colony has been destroyed. Oh dear God, no. Choking on my own spit here. Did you have any experience with the Cartoon Network show Gumball? And that's the cartoon with the blue cat, right? Like the Is that what it was?
And it's black coated orange.
It's black coated orange.
Friend /
Are you saying that because
brother?
Are you saying that because it's Black History Month?
No.
No. So I'm familiar with Gumball. I have not watched it though. I just know of it. But I'm always down for recommendations. I did not watch Steven Universe until well after it was already running, and I ended up falling in love with that show. And Steven Universe was Cartoon Network, right? Yeah, that was Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
So if enough
fun, it's zany.
Yeah.
A lot of video game references. Like you can tell that the folks who made it are your generation.
Okay, well, cool that you just sold me on that. Because back in my day, video games were good. You won't find a bad video game in my generation.
There was in the fucking most recent season that came up on, I think, Hulu.
Yeah,
is where it's at now. They have a reference to just old Final Fantasy, PS1 Final Fantasy, where the models look like they're from 7. The perspective of the environment looks like it's from 9.
Okay.
And then the music sounds like bootleg 8 music.
Guys, pick one. Well, that sounds fun. What is it available? Is that Hulu, you said?
Yeah. Okay. It's moved from Cartoon Network to Hulu because Cartoon Network doesn't care about cartoons anymore. That's not, Teen Titans Go.
But it has cartoon in its name.
No, fuck you. It's not Teen Titans Go.
All right. The Teen Titans Go Network. Jess is asking, hey John, finished Final Fantasy VII for the first time, the version released on consoles before remake. Oh, so the original one. Okay. And I loved it outside of the battle system being slow. You thought that was slow. Stay the fuck away from 9. My question is one of your favorite moments from my question is, I'm assuming you mean what is one of my favorite moments from the game. I really love the impactful the ending of disc 1 is, but I had a big laugh when I got to the point where it said the end of part 1. I was like, holy crap, that's how the disc 1 ends. I know you probably answered this question a lot of times, but I just wanted to ask for the hell of it. So one of my favorite moments in the game in 7, oh God, OG 7, God damn. Whew. Well,
is it time for another stream playthrough? It's been 11 years.
Has it been 11 years? No, because if I'm gonna stream 7 at point, I want to make that the remake. I mean, not that I need an excuse to just play 7 because I love 7 to death. But
I mean, I was still in high school when you were doing 7.
I love everything about the Wall Market area. I'm just gonna ignore what you're saying. I love everything about the wall market area. I love the Shinra HQ sequence when you're climbing up the stairs and Tifa gets fucking fed up with Barrett's shit, but I'm not gonna repeat what she says.
We can't say that anymore.
Can't say that anymore. My absolute favorite moment off the top of my head that I can think of is, again, without really going into spoilers, because I know it's an old ass fucking game, but it's when you're learning the truth about Cloud and when he comes to grips with who he actually is and accepts that, and you see the flashbacks proper with actual context and perspective and how Cloud managed to save the day despite being what he viewed himself as a grunt. And everything about that, everything about the flashback Nibelheim sequence is just peak fucking like fiction. I love it so much, dude. Like it is one of my go-to examples of a moment that is compelling. It is wonderfully rich in its narrative and also has a wonderful soundtrack that accompanies every triumphant moment that happens in that sequence. No, we're not talking Advent Children. We're talking we're talking OG7.
I need to finish OG7.
I can never get sick of OG7.
I was originally following along with the SGB playthrough, and then SGB died.
But we got better.
And also, Mr. Dolphin kind of pissed me off.
Oh, and Junon?
Yeah.
See, Mr. Dolphin is easy once you realize there's a sweet spot that it's always the same one in the game. If you just go to that sweet spot, it's literally the same one every single time. Okay. Nintega 2000 is asking, if you ever had a fat PS3, what was your personal experience with PS2 backwards compatibility, depending on the exact model of fat PS3?
It's like the fourth fucking question from Nintega.
Yeah. The only one that does partial software emulation is the one that does PS2 slightly killed PS3. So I have... I already have my PlayStation, my fat PS3 I've had for a long time is on the bottom right corner of that shelf. It is currently going through the yellow light of doom, though. It does not work anymore. But that is a backwards compatible OG Gen 1 PlayStation 3 that has all the fucking extra doodads that nobody cared about, or at least Sony stopped caring about in the beginning. And it has OG PS2 backwards compatibility. And outside, if you're talking about my experiences with it, I mean, I could play PlayStation 2 games that have an HDMI connection for a cleaner picture. And that's why I held on to it. Say what?
That's a quote unquote cleaner picture.
Yeah. Well, better than what my TV was able to broadcast around the time anyway.
Yeah, it's just the PS3 is definitely showing its age when you put it up to a 4K TV.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I will not disagree. But it's my hope to fix it at some point so that I can have a PlayStation 3 that can play PS2 games for the sake of video recording. You know, because there are going to be some times where I'm going to have to emulate something on the PlayStation 2 because I don't own it or I don't have any other means of affording it. But PlayStation 2 emulation, from my knowledge, is still kind of hit and miss, unless I'm mistaken.
Depends on the game.
It depends on the game, right? Like, all right, let's go back to Spyro, for example. Like, if I were to emulate Enter the Dragonfly, like, is Enter the Dragonfly stable in quotes on emulation? I don't know, but I have to go back and upstairs and check my PlayStation 2 shelf because I don't know if I already have Enter the Dragonfly on PlayStation 2, either through Elliot or Nora. No, because Nora says she had the GameCube version.
I thought it's on the special PS2.
On the what do you mean? Oh, the one that Experiment made for me?
Yeah.
Do I have it on there? Actually, that's a good question.
I'd assume so. You put quite a bit on there.
All right, now you got me fucking curious. I'm sorry about doing this, but it's also like... Also, let me know if you guys can hear the TV coming on. Ooh! It's like that pure radiation just entering my fucking nostrils. This is the PlayStation 2 that Nora and I played Tales of the Abyss on. We just finished a session yesterday, actually. Got our ass kicked by that goddamn skeleton dude again. But we beat his ass.
Man, the PS2 boot up screen, that takes me back. That was my childhood.
Yeah. Alright, let us see. Do I have Spyro Enter the Dragonfly on this thing already? And survey. There's so many goddamn dot hat games. 1 second. Spyro, A Hero's Tale, and yeah, I have Enter the Dragonfly in this. Okay, we're good. We're fine. I'm gonna get the genuine Enter the Dragonfly experience via my PlayStation 2. I'm gonna need you to turn off the PlayStation 2.
Off?
Okay, return just.
What do you mean off?
Okay, put on standby mode.
PS2 lives.
Okay, well, so at the very least, I'll be getting an authentic experience, I guess so. So, all right. Lone Otaku is asking, howdy ho, Johnny O. Hey, you ever been hesitant to try a game, not because it's infamously terrible or has a terrible fan base, but because you've heard how good / addicting or / how much of a commitment it is, and worry that it might take over your life? Because that's me with Final Fantasy 14. I wanted to get it for years. In part thanks to your streams and other folks in Subshack, and I was scared to dip my toe into the water for fear of being dragged under, if you get my meaning. There are sharks in those waters, and strangely, they all look like Lalafels. Well, I am going to give you a Jean and a Romani. Those are sharks. So, well, I mean, I'm personally going to tell you, if you're worried about something taking over your life because that you get like hyperfixations on a game you really enjoy, it's probably for the best that you avoid 14, because if you find yourself playing 14 and you find yourself engrossed in its story, to jump ahead here, the story is like one of the main reasons why you fall in love with that game. And there's a lot of fucking story in Final Fantasy 14 now. You have over 10, 11 years worth of story to catch up on. And if you decide to pursue it, I hope you enjoy yourself, but it's a big fucking commitment. So I would say make peace with whatever god you have first. And then maybe play a couple of other things before you decide. I mean, you also just have the free trial. Just use the free trial. That way, at the very least, you don't have to spend any money on it. You got the free trial limitations, but at the very least, you don't. That doesn't really matter if you're just trying to experience the story. But if we're talking about on my end, so to me, my problem is not so much fear of a commitment or fear of taking over my life. Okay, maybe it is more of a commitment. It's just that some games that are recommended to me that people cannot shut the fuck up about. I think of like Persona 5. I think of Yakuza 0. I think that's the one. I think of
One Piece.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be video games. These are things that I want to talk about, at least experience, but it's also like these games are long. Like, I hear Yakuza games are meaty, especially if you do the side quest, which everyone tells me is like that's the reason you do Yakuza. Persona, Uncharted. Uncharted. Yeah. You see, you don't understand. I hold off because I'm afraid I might like it too much.
At least those are finite.
Yeah, it does end. You are absolutely right. It's Naughty Dog, so
they are too busy on Last of Us now.
Yeah, but. It's just that the stuff that's recommended to me, the stuff that everyone around me talks about is like, oh, this is legit a great game that I've absolutely loved. They're RPGs, or they're huge fucking commitments that are just like, there's so many hours I need to be able to just put aside in order to play on top of stuff that I already do. And it's not even just Final Fantasy 14. I know that's the easy answer. It's like it is an answer, because that is my forever game, for lack of a better description, and that is my game that I use to vibe and chill with. And when I'm not doing that, I'm recording something for either SGB or I'm recording something for a video. And it's only rarely where I have time to just play something for the fuck of it that has no like strings attached to it. The last time I did that, outside of something that I was already looking forward to for the year, like Deltarune, was Amori, and and even then that still technically had a string attached to it, because I started recording that because I wanted to contribute more to the Brain Scratch commentary, because Ryan was the only one that played it, and it's like, I gotta play this game so I can talk about it. But I'm glad I did, because like I loved Amori. I think Amori was a really fucking great time, but it's rare that I'm able to commit to something that long for, you know, just on my downtime.
Yep, he had to consume the soy, chat.
What do you mean? Is that what the SNPSC stands for? Miss Cleep 75, are you not at all in the Jak 2 commentary? Nope, I'm not. I declined to join that one because I never played Jak 2, and I would have nothing to say. And I don't like being overly reactionary in a commentary. I would like to add some nuanced conversation to whatever Lewis. I'm assuming Lewis recorded that game, so if it's a Lewis commentary, then he can easily carry it himself. I'm not entirely sure on that. It might have been Ryan, but personally speaking, whenever I go back to Jak and Daxter, it's going to be for a video series, but I'm going to let you know right now, I have no personal interest in Jak and Daxter. Of the three big PlayStation 2 like franchises around that era, you always think Jak and Daxter, you think of Sly Cooper, you think of Ratchet and Clank. I've always had more interest in Ratchet and Clank and Spy Cooper. Sly Cooper than I did Jak and Daxter. And a part of it stems from because I did try to play Jak and Daxter. I tried to play it for myself one time, and then I tried to play it again for the Brain Scratch commentary years ago, and it's like, I'm not fucking with this, man. It's like, this isn't.
Which one are you not fucking with though?
The first Jak and Daxter.
Interesting.
Yeah, like it's not tickling me right. It's not. Tickling my right spot is easy. You just go right into the tank. So, but it's also, it's like Jak and Daxter's not doing it for me. Now Ratchet and Clank, I thought I thought I fucked with, and Sly Cooper, I think I'm going to like too. If anything, because I find Sly Cooper's writing genuinely fun. But I don't know, like, I'm sure I'm going to see something I didn't see before when I get to Jak and Daxter at some point or another. But as of now, I have no interest, and that's why I'm not in the Brain Scratch commentary for Jak 2, which is weird because I know there's some because I know like whenever we have thumbnails made for a playthrough, I'm like in all of them, even if I'm not in some of them. And it's kind of like the Tails situation in Sonic 2 handheld, where he's in every title card, but it's like, but Tails is not with me at all. It's like, yeah, but I'm there in spirit. No, I'm not in the Jak 2 commentary. If there's anyone that's not, so if you hear me in the Jak 2 commentary, that is an AI generated voice. I don't know who did it.
Or it's the Horcrux.
Or someone called me up.
That you're with them in spirit.
Like, would you please leave me alone? Okay, Chaos Alex 1997 is asking, back in the day when VHS was actually relevant, was there a scene from a movie you liked so much that you fast forward to a scene specifically just to rewatch it over and over and over and again multiple times? To me, it was when I used to have VHS copy of Lion King. Also, do your cats fight like this whenever you're not around? Fight? What the fuck are you talking about? They're playing. I know sometimes they may look scary, but my cats fucking wrestle each other, and I know they're having the time of their life. I know when cats are not playing, so to speak, and I know when
when there's hissing.
That's when there's hissing, and that's when like that sort of thing. And originally, a long time ago, Celine will get like that to another cat that I adopted for a brief time. His name was Chico, and that was he was a cat that belonged to my grandfather Joe, who passed away in 2019. I want to say it was 2019, 2020. And the store had to close down, but the cat was still in there. So I remembered I elected to take the cat into my house, but I did not do the smart cat thing, and I tried to integrate Chico into the house immediately without giving him and Celine space. And Celine did not get along with this guy at all. And that is my fault, because I love Celine, but I'm still very new to the cat dad thing because I've had cats all my life, but my mom mainly took care of the cats. I just made sure that they were fed and I cleaned a litter box. But when I got Diego in Georgia, Nora and I, we did the smart thing. We got Diego really young. Diego was only 2 months old when we adopted him. And we got the station all prepped up, and we kept Diego and Celine separated for about a week. Let them get familiar with their scent, and then when the chips are down, you introduce them. And there was some hesitancy on Celine's end, but I think because of the sheer size difference, because Celine was an adult cat around that time, and Diego was a little fucking orange gremlin. There was a sense of camaraderie there from the get-go that I didn't have with Chico and Celine, and now they're the best of friends. Like they groom each other, they box each other, they sleep next to each other. They're best friends, and I'm so happy to see that. But anyway, that's not answering the question at all. So a scene from a movie that you like so much you fast forward to, like on VHS. So growing up, I really one of the movies that I watched all the damn time on VHS was the first TMNT movie, the 1990 movie from New Line Cinema. And one of my favorite sequences in that movie is the final battle with the Turtles and Shredder on the rooftop. But that's towards the tail end of the movie. And there are times where I just wanted to watch the movie, watch that fight scene specifically, but someone rewound the whole tape, which means I got to play it and I got to fast forward through 80% of the film to watch that battle. But I love every single fucking thing about that fight sequence. I love the environment, the lighting, the cinematography is fantastic. I love the music, like that 80s synth. It just encapsulates everything I love about that time period. I love TMNT, like the 1990 movie. I legit fucking like it is so good. I think we already did a movie watch with TMNT. The 1990 movie, but I like if we would do it again at some point, I would not object because that movie is such a great fucking time. A bit of it's biased, but it's also just like I don't care. But yeah, those are the things about VHS I don't miss. Is that if you want to get to a specific point, you do gotta manually fast forward or rewind to a specific area, and that it's
kind and rewind.
Yeah, it's not instantaneous, and it's hard to go back to. But I have the retro TV upstairs that you see in a couple of videos of mine. Below that is a VCR that Elliot bought at a Goodwill, and every once in a while we'll just watch something off of the VHS cassette because we just feel like it, and it takes me back. I do it for nostalgia's sake, but sometimes it's about feeling comfortable rather than just embracing new age. Emil's asking, for the 40th anniversary of Zelda, is there anything you would personally like to see for it? Oh man. So I don't want to come off as saying that I'm not excited for it, but I'm indifferent to Zelda's 40th anniversary because to this day I've still not played Tears of the Kingdom.
What game is still stuck on Wii U? The remakes,
the Twilight Princess Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD remakes are still stuck on Wii U.
I thought Wind Waker HD did come to.
No, Wind Waker came out on the NSO on the GameCube, like on Switch 2. But that the full HD remakes of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are still Wii U.
We're both stuck on Wii U.
Yeah. The Skyward Sword HD is on the Switch. Maybe that's what you're thinking of. But either way, I'm saying this as someone that legitimately enjoyed Breath of the Wild. I thought Breath of the Wild was a fun time, but call me old or call me old-fashioned. There is a part of me that yearns for a more traditional. Not really, linear is not really the word for it, but I guess in comparison to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, there's a part of me that yearns for a more traditional 3D Zelda experience that's akin to Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, because the appeal of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is the open sandbox nature that do what you want, take your time. You get to your destination whenever you feel you're ready for it, and that's fine. But the problem that I have is that it's really easy for me to become aimless in those kind of games, or I get a real bad completionist bug where it takes me fucking forever to get to the actual objective point. The only reason why I was able to actually finish Breath of the Wild in about 40 hours time for the video was because I was recording it for a video. If I was
completing all shrines and Tears of the Kingdom, Jesus Christ.
Like, if I was just playing that for the fuck of it, like just for shits and giggles, I don't think I'd ever finish the game. And you know what? A frame of reference for this is actually Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You know, to this day, I've still not finished the game. And I know that game came out about 2 years ago at this point. I think it'll be 2 years this year. And a part of that was because of its fucking structure. That game is large. That game is gargantuan. And me personally, because I love the world of Final Fantasy VII and I love completing side quests as they pop up because that's just the kind of player I am. I was like 30 plus hours in and I just left fucking Costa del Sol. I didn't even do the Coral section yet. And then at some point I just got burnt because it's like, I got to focus on other things right now. I don't have the free time anymore to focus on this game. And it's like, but I like what I'm playing. It's not as if I hate what I'm playing. I want to make that clear. It's just that there's too much of it. And it's the tried and true statement. Like sometimes there's too much of a good thing. And I think Rebirth is too much of a good thing. It's exhausting. But to go back to the Zelda question, you know, I'm hoping whatever, I don't know if they're ever going to go back to, because I think they've made clear that they don't want to go backwards with Zelda. Well, in their viewpoint, they don't want to go backwards with Zelda. 3D Zelda anyway, you know, because I know sometimes they'll still play tribute to like the classic over the top stuff of like that Zelda game on the Switch that I did. Was it Echoes of Wisdom? I think it was called. I still have not played that.
The Zelda, well, Echoes of Wisdom, and I guess technically Link's Awakening
Switch. Yeah, you know, I played that just fine. You know, that I thought that was a good time. But a part of the reason was because it's more limiting. You know, it's a more limiting structure that you have a point A to point B that's very story driven. But to me, it makes it easier to play. You know, and to me, my problem
frame
with
rate be damned.
Yeah, the problem. I hear it runs better on Switch too. Though, to be fair,
it does.
Yeah. But my problem with like the larger Zelda games is that they're so ambitious in their design and scope that it's like it's exhausting at the idea of just even bringing up the game. Like at some point, I would like to follow up on Breath of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. And like make a video for Tears of the Kingdom, but I know that's going to be a sit through, man. Like it's just, it's going to be a large commitment, and I don't like when franchises that I've known for my childhood are becoming so big that it's exhausting to just play one game. Tears of the Wild.
It's like, I mean, before we like go off of the subject, also, hey Greg, it feels like they realize that they can't do a live service game, so they make up for it by making the game needlessly long.
Yeah, and it
can be the only thing that takes up
at the very least. Like you're getting your money's worth for sure.
Sure, but
it's also like, god damn, I want to play other things too.
What happened to the 6-hour game?
Yeah. Not that there was ever a 6-hour Zelda game, to be fair, but it's also fair, yeah. You know, but it's like Zelda games to me, the sweet spot of a Zelda game is 12, 13 hours. You know what's funny? The best Zelda experience I got last year was Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, it was pretty concise.
Yeah, it was like, this is the most Zelda game I ever played in a Metroid Prime. I gotta tell you, it's not a good Metroid Prime, but it's an okay Zelda game. You know,
God, complete with the fucking hub.
Yeah, it's like, tell me, like, you show me a picture of Hyrule Field, Twilight Princess Hyrule Field, you know, because you can argue Hyrule Field and Ocarina of Time is a little more enriching. It's still spacious as fuck, but you know, there's still things to do in Hyrule Field as opposed to, I don't know, Twilight Princess Hyrule Field. No,
it's like that, but also boat. With Wind Waker.
Also, Volvagia was there. That's right. Yeah, Volvagia is also just a boss in Prime 4, dude. Like, It was the best Zelda game I ever played. Pity it wasn't a Metroid Prime. As he goes back to his corner and weeps. All right, so let's move on. General Godzilla, back with another question. I return with another question. Can you name 5 of your favorite spin-off games in 5 different franchises you play? What the fuck? It's time for my top 5.
Explorers of Darkness.
Explorers of Darkness. What is
Mario
that?
Kart, just in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can cheat. Wait,
that's a spin-off.
I'm going to cheat with one answer. Smash Brothers. Because that has a lot of franchise characters in there, and they're all technically in a spin-off. So I think that meets the quota of 5 favorite spin-off games in 5 different franchises. Well, no, okay, to be honest. Smash Bros. I think would only count for 1. Mario Kart's a good answer. What else do I play that's a spin-off that I really enjoyed that I don't I don't know. I'm actually kind of blanking
Persona
on that.
3 and 5. Those are technically a spin-off of SMT.
You know,
MK Shaolin Monks.
I'm just trying, Sonic Crossroads Racing. I get my ass fucking kicked all the damn time, but I get my ass kicked in any kart racing game I play with my community, so that's nothing new. Yeah, but I enjoy a good Sonic racing game. I play Mario Kart. I play Smash Brothers. But those are the only 3 I can think of off the top of my head. And I'm struggling to think of other things that I still play. I want 14's not a spinoff. It's an actual mainline game. And I'm sorry to say that. I know that rubs people the wrong way when I say that, but you're wrong. All right, but let's move on to the next question. Kari is asking, hi, John. I'm at work, so I'll make this quick. Now that Tomba 1 and 2 are on modern platforms, do you have any experience with the franchise? I've played the original Tomba.
I'd really prefer if you'd be quiet.
Fuck you, I know what you're referring to. And now I'm uncomfortable.
That's an emote in my friend's server.
No, legit, one of my favorite images you have is when you just post that dude's face like on the Discord server. It's like I can hear it auto plays in my head whenever you post that image. But no, so I never played the second Tomba game. The Tomba game I think went full 3D. As opposed to the completely 2-dimensional Tomba 1. But Tomba, I did not play the original. I did not play the full game. I played the demo of Tomba 1. And that was a game I sucked at. But fuck, I thought it looked pretty. Like I liked the sprite quality of all of the main character, who I assume is Tomba, and the pig enemies. I remember the enemies being pigs. I'm not sure if I'm misremembering that. But I've only briefly sampled the first Tomba game. I did not play the second one. Yeah, his name is John Tomba. My apologies. It's a lot of Johns in the video game world, I've noticed. Because they also just released a Helldivers 2 intro behind the scenes thing, and they interviewed John Helldiver. So that was really cute. So all right, let's moving on. Santiago is asking, no question. I just want to show you a screenshot of that Gumball episode where he gets trapped in an RPG world with his adopted brother's blood sister, and it's homage to Final Fantasy VII and Saga. Yeah, so it's called. So they're playing on their game Child, and the game in question is called Inverted Paradox: The Enemy Within, but it has like a meteor symbol in the back. Yeah, it's very much a Final Fantasy reference. Inverted Paradox. That is quite a name. Okay. Yeah, but it looks really cute. I'll have to humor Gumball at some point because I have the time. I found out recently that, man, when I'm depressed, I really can just binge a fucking show because I finally watched all of Daima a couple of days ago. But all right, so let's follow up on this. Jess is asking, hola, John, it's me again. I'll be playing Final Fantasy IX, but my question, all right, so this is kind of a small thing, Jess, but I can't help but notice that you space out FF with the numerical number next to it, and that tilts the fucking shit out of me. But I guess we all have our way of formatting Final Fantasy abbreviations. But my question is about 8. Should I skip or at least give it the good old college try? I want to experience at least every Final Fantasy game, but I know 8 can be infamous, and starting just a little bit after I finished 7, it lost me the moment it mentioned Junction. So, well, honestly, I don't think I don't
Give
think
anything a try, really, as long as it's not like
nothing-
hardcore drugs.
there's nothing wrong with giving it a try. However, I would not recommend anyone binging Final Fantasy games, no matter what game you're going to from and where.
Victor.
I wasn't going to say it out loud, but you know, I love Final Fantasy 4. I love Final Fantasy 5. I love Final Fantasy 6. But I would not tell you play 4, 5, and 6 back to back, like immediately after each other. It's like, absolutely, you do not do that, because that you just get burnt out. And especially with the PlayStation 1 Final Fantasies, oh my God, they're more of a commitment. So if like you play Final Fantasy 7, and I'm not going to tell you. So I would say you can humor 8. 8 is very experimental. And you may not like it at all. I personally did not like it for years until I finally recorded it for the video, and then I learned how to break it. And I found genuine fun in breaking it with Triple Triad and junctioning my stuff super early. Junctioning to me is not hard at all to understand. It's actually pretty simple once you understand it, but there's a lot that goes into it if you're looking to keep your levels low and your spell count high. Again, very experimental, but it can be fun if you approach it in a certain way. But as a traditional Final Fantasy, I can't recommend it because I don't think it's a good traditional Final Fantasy game. Still, I don't think there's any harm in trying it out. Again, if you don't mind the spoiler in the plot summary, that's most of the video, that'll be fair. I go into the intricacies of how 8 can be fun from someone who doesn't approach it from a traditional Final Fantasy standpoint. But I also understand this is not going to be for everybody. And it's unfortunate because there are a lot of things about 8 I do enjoy. I do legit enjoy the characters of that game story. I think its soundtrack is fantastic. I love Triple Triad, so of course I'm going to be biased in saying that. And I think there is a degree of fun you can have in breaking it in half. But outside of that, it loses something in not being as straightforward as 7 or 9. Or any Final Fantasy in that regard. Probably 2, but 2 is 2, so we don't really talk about 2. Still, though, I hope you have fun if you decide to go after it. Lucid is asking, howdy, John. I've been taking my time between... I just realized my lo-fi is done. Holy shit. It's almost been 2 hours, so we're going to be wrapping this up soon-ish. I could smell the fucking chicken in the crock pot. 1 second here. I just lost the damn chat.
I should figure out what we're going to do, yeah.
There we go. All right. Lucid's asking, howdy, John. I've been taking my time between projects to better my understanding of Blender for 3D rendering and modeling by making a personal library of all the power suits from across the Metroid series. Slow going, since a fair amount of the models that exist on the net aren't pre-rigged, so I need to do that part myself. That's you're adding the bones to the models yourself so that you can pose and do whatever the fuck you want with them, if I recall right. But that aside, it's left me with some thoughts on the design Samus has seen over the series history. Do you have a particular model or design of Samus that you favor compared to others? I'm personally partial to the later Prime Varia suit for how unique its finer details are, but I have a soft spot for the Fusion suit for how much it changes while keeping the overall feel of Samus's aesthetic. So, I'm going to agree that Varia suit Samus in Prime 2 and the beginning of Prime 4 is peak fucking Varia suit Samus. I think she looks so goddamn good in that damn suit. But if I'm going to play a little more of a nitpicky here, I mentioned this in the Prime 4 video. I love the dark suit from Prime 2 because it's very monotone in its coloration, granted, but I think that's in service to the game's environment, like the Dark Aether world that you travel in. I think it serves that pretty well. But the design of the suit, I think, is just aces. It's the fucking yo-yos on the shoulders. I think I know it's silly, but I think that combined with the gravity booster backpack that you get with it later complements the entire suit's vibe. Outside of the Prime series, Dread, the default Dread suit, actually, the blue one, with the exposed muscle tendons, that gives away that the suit is growing back its plating from the Fusion suit, I thought was really fucking fascinating.
I just don't like the diaper.
I know what you mean. Like, it is kind of hard not to see it that way. I know what you're talking about too. So like, the only part of the design I don't like about like the Dread suit is that there's a lot of there's a lot of white plating around the leg area and the lower body area, and in some angles it looks like she's wearing a diaper. It's like I need a suit upgrade.
Sometimes she looks like she has a diaper. Other times she looks like she's caked up.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but I like big booty cheeks though. To be fair, but I don't like diapers.
I like the gravity suit in that game though.
The gravity suit.
I love the gravity suit in that game, and I also, just because I like Doom, I like the Metroid suit at the end. It just looks like something straight out of Doom.
Yeah, well, man, I think it's cool though. It's very Alien, because it's a series set in space, and I like when the series reminds us of that. I'm due for another Dread playthrough. I was just rewatching some of the cutscenes of Dread a couple of days ago because I just finished Prime 4, and I was like, I need something to make me happy. So I was rewatching some of Dread's moments, and it's like, God damn it, I really did like this game. But no, Lucid, to quickly go into this sort of thing, I have been seeing the things that you've been posted in the in the commissions or the personal artwork corner, and how you're just like going ham on the fucking modeling with the Samus suits in Blender. It's actually, I've been wanting to tinker with Blender for a long time at this point, because there's I was talking about the 14 stuff that I do with my characters. I do everything within that game's G posing feature, which is just like you take pictures from multiple angles and you can like do emotes and all that sort of thing, which is fun, but it's also limiting even with third-party tools. And their fix to this is actually exporting your character data to models that you could fuck with in Blender. And I want to learn how to do that because I feel like I can have a lot of fun doing that. And I also personally want to start learning how to animate in 3D, because for years I've only known how to animate in 2D. And I know the process is kind of its own beast, but I think with enough time and dedication, I can do it. And I like to challenge myself. So we'll see what happens. But you in part have been kind of inspiring me to do that, because just your constant progress updates. And I want to thank you for just being passionate about that, because I think that does serve as inspiration. And that goes for everyone here, by the way, because legit, I talked about this in the community Discord myself, but one of my favorite channels in the Subshack community server is the commission and personal art channel, because there people can post their own artwork that they're working on, or if they can post commissioned artwork that they paid someone to make, and give them some traffic to their commissions page and what have you. But a lot of times people are just using it to show works in progress, something that they're personally working on, and they get positive just feedback in general. It's very encouraging. It's very inspiring for fellow artists to see that we're all in this together, and we can help better ourselves just by giving us a space that makes us comfortable to share shit, no matter your skill level. And I think that's the important part, is no matter your skill level. It don't matter if you're just starting, no matter if you've been working on this for years, everybody's welcomed in that channel. And I feel everyone is very welcoming there. And I thank you all very much for being such chill individuals with that. I love that channel. I love you guys for just being there. Seriously. Okay, we are just about wrapping up here, so I'm going to end this. I'm going to end this with, I'm going to take 3 more questions. I'm going to end it with Bruce's question, but we're going to read Saber and Silver's question first. No question, but I want to say this. Okay. Mega Man has traditionally been a small budget franchise. They are games costing roughly between $1 to $5 million US to develop, which was pretty much nothing back then. Source? So what Capcom did was that they would invest in multiple Mega Man games, each one low budget, and together that profit would drive the series forward during the 2000s. Okay. Capcom recently said that Mega Man is one of the franchises they want to make into a core IP, and I think Dual Override is a step forward for that, considering they gave that game a big-ass orchestra reveal with the Wily Castle theme. I know fans are like, ugh, another classic game. I keep telling people that I want X9 and Legends 3 just as much as the next person, but if we want Capcom to make that happen, then Dual Override has to succeed. If not, Mega Man might go back into the vault of obscurity, and I hope to God that never happens. I'd be okay with waiting 3 to 5 years for a new game no matter what series it is, but I don't think I can do 8 years again. Counterpoint, Mega Man 11. Because what you're saying here is exactly what people said about Mega Man 11. And then we said, if you want Capcom to continue making more Mega Man games, Mega Man 11 has to do well. And from my understanding, Mega Man 11 did do well, and that franchise still went fucking stagnant afterwards.
And even then, that doesn't mean that they'll make other games.
Exactly.
Like, it just means that they'll make more Mega Man games, not X games, not Battle Network. Because it was Mega Man that did well, not those other ones.
Not a specific iteration of Mega Man, just Mega Man in general. So while I don't necessarily, and to be fair, they said they didn't have a question. As people who were asking what's the question, they said they didn't have a question. They just wanted to get a factoid out there. It doesn't matter if dual override, what the fuck is it called? It's called dual override, right? It doesn't matter if people put their bang and their buck into that new game in hopes of having a new game. There's gotta be a fucking interest in Capcom to do it in the first place too, because everyone thought that was gonna be the case with 11 and nothing happened. You know, I'm still waiting for a Legends collection. I'm still waiting for a new X game. I'm still waiting for, people are still waiting for a new Battle Network game. I think, maybe, I don't know.
I see. I understand. We're going to add more microtransactions to Monster Hunter.
You know, and so I want more Mega Man games as much as the next guy in regards to like at least the classic games in X series. I'm not going to play it entirely, and I want a new I want the next Legends game, of course. I'm not saying anything new.
Turned on the lights. Yeah,
because it's a motion light on the bottom stair.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I know someone's coming down. It's like, oh, time to hide the porn tab. But I don't think it necessarily like it's going to rely on dual override success. Because I think at that point, they've had plenty of opportunity to continue other things after 11 success. And I know some people were saying COVID got in the way. And granted, I'll give you that. But it's also been several years since then. And to come back with a classic Mega Man game, and just that from what it seems like, I don't know. It's like there seems to be a reluctance with Mega Man and Capcom that I don't know. I just think they should just bite the bullet and just shoot their shot, literally, because he shoots lemons out of his gun. But I don't know. Like, I'm not a game developer. I'm not in the business. I don't know how to run a franchise. I'm just a guy that buys games, though? You know. What was that?
I said Devil May Cry 6, though.
Yeah. All right. Well. Soul Jeff is asking, have you ever played the Ace Combat series? No, I have not. I have been donated a couple of games in the series on the PlayStation 2. I don't remember which ones, though. And that is at some point or another something that I will humor, but it's probably going to be like in a small video because I personally don't have personal interest in Ace Combat. That's the fighter jet game, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's like
play in VR.
Yeah. So it's like, is it a simulation? Or is it more of an arcade?
It's more arcade.
It's arcade. Okay, I was going to say, because I'm going to crash that son of a bitch immediately. We need that to live. Bruce 0539. This will be the last question we answer for this, by the way. Hello, John. Sorry if you already answered this, but with the popularity of the Fallout TV series, have you thought about reviewing the games for the channel? So the answer that I would, so this is like kind of funny that we end this on the eventually question. But whenever I get asked about reviewing this or that, the answer is always going to be eventually, because again, I plan on doing this until the day I die. Because it's my job. This is how I make a living, is by looking at games. So I'm not going to say no, because there is a part of me that would like to look at some matter of Fallout in the franchise, not by the TV show, but like the game itself. But there's also right now just not an interest in it. I feel that there are a lot of other things I want to look at before I start looking at Fallout. So again, I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to say eventually, because
unless it's League, in which case the answer is
no. Yeah, the League of Legends, I absolutely refuse to touch with the 10-foot pole. I'm not like, and you're never going to get me to play League of Legends. So give me $1 billion. You give me $1 billion, you take care of my house debt. And then I'll say, maybe. Thank you for the money.
You need $1 billion and your house debt taken care of? Motherfucker, the $1 billion will already do that, you greed.
No.
This is the type of greed they talk about in the Bible.
Okay, so all right, guys, that we're going to call it a wrap there for this iteration of the community Q&A. And I want to thank everyone here for being here, part of the conversation, and for answering me these questions. I did legit miss doing this. And I'm hoping to just make it a monthly thing again from this point forward, as I get all my priorities and in store for the rest of 2026. I hope you guys look forward to the next Versus video, which is currently cooking right now, as in most of the footage has been recorded already. Now I just got to get working on the script. And I'm looking to have that out before the 15th of this coming month, and then we're gonna start getting ready for the anniversary, because the Versus anniversary is technically on, I think, April 11th because that's when I first uploaded the Johnny Versus Super Mario Bros. Video. The Versus series is turning 15 this year, and I want to start at my anniversary celebration like on the day of, so I got to start planning about that ahead of time. So we will reconvene with the next community stream. I'll see if I can host something next Sunday evening. If not, we're probably going to have to wait until another day, because we're resuming SGB stuff next Sunday. And Sunday is usually our SGB days. And considering it's our return back from our January break, it's going to be an all-day thing. So
what's next for SGB?
Yeah. So what's next for SGB? Personally speaking, we're still working out like what we want to do individually. I myself am going to be taking a bit of a break from SGB recordings because Batman burnt me out. I did a lot of fucking recordings for the Batman stuff, but you know, I had a great time, but it was also like, fuck, I recorded so much. So I want us to do the Mortal Kombat 1 DLC story, Chaos Reigns. I personally want to contribute to, if I want to do a contribution to SGB, I want to do Croc, Legend of the Gobos. Because I think I can have a fun time with that game and have like fun just sharing my experiences with the other guys. I know Uncle said he wants to do Titanfall. I don't remember if that was Titanfall 1 or 2. And Matt, I don't remember what Matt said he wanted to do. But I'll have to wait and see. Croc and ball torture. Kapow! My nuts! Okay. All right, guys, let's go find someone to raid in the meantime. We always prioritize mutuals first before we raid a random. Oh, my friend Boa is online. We're going to go raid Boa. Just heads up, my friend Boa is a kind of NSFW. She is kind of NSFW. She is NSFW. But she's a good friend of mine. So let's send her some love, give her some follows and some other shit, and tell her I said hi. Show her... give her the raid hashtag. You just make my my victory emotes Jonah Romani, because we play 14 together on the occasion, so she'll get it. There's a lot of good raid hashtags for what it's worth. I like Bubba T. I like Croc and ball torture. But that is ultimately whatever you guys want to do. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good night, everybody, and take care.